Okay, welcome everyone. I know this is your first video lesson from me, so it might take some getting used to, but essentially you're just going to hear my voice and watch me write on the smartboard. For the supply teacher, there might be times where I ask you to pause the video, and that will give a chance for the students to try the questions that we're going to do, and then just push play. You can rewind and fast forward as needed if during the lesson. So I'm actually going to ask that the class copy this question down and ask the teacher to pause it, and I'll give you a couple of minutes to try this on your own. So pause it now, and then we'll catch up with you in a second. Okay, so now that you've had a chance to try this, we're going to actually remind ourselves how this works. So we have two functions, f at x and g at x, that are defined there. And if I ask you to find f at -2, that means I want you to find the value of the function when x equals -2. And that's as simple as just substituting -2 into the f function. So the function is 2x plus 1, so it becomes 2. Instead of x, it's -2 plus 1, a little bit of math, and we get that -3 is the answer. So therefore, f at -2 is equal to -3. Obviously, when we move into the second one, we're not using the f function, we're using the g function. But it's still exactly the same. It just tells us we go and substitute into the g function. So this time it's x squared, so it'll be 5 squared minus 1, 25 minus 1, and the answer is 24. So g at 5 is 24. And then C is a little bit different. This asks f at g at 1. What that means is we first have to look at the g at 1. So we're going to take 1 and substitute in the g first, get an answer, then take that answer and sub it into the f function. We work from the inside out. So we can do that like this. We can just put the f function as brackets, but then treat the g at 1 like its own question. So we're going to put 1 into the g function. So it's 1 squared minus 1. We'll do the math in there, and it's 1 squared is 1. Minus 1 is 0, so the answer is 0. So we just answered g at 1 is 0. Now we take that output of 0 and sub it into the f function. So it's, instead of 2x plus 1, it's going to 2 times 0 plus 1. 2 times 0, of course, is 0, plus 1 is 1. So therefore, f at g at 1 is equal to 1. Of course, if we substituted in a different value, f at g at 3, we might end up with a different answer. One question I'd like you to consider right now, do you think that f at g at 1 is equal to g at f at 1? Is that true? Remembering that the order in which we do it is very important. So I'll let you think about that, and we can discuss that tomorrow.